Why God makes you wait. Finding purpose in delay. Discovering God's purpose in seasons of delay. Introduction. The pain of waiting. Have you ever prayed for something with all your heart, only to hear silence? You prayed for a job, but months passed without an answer. You prayed for healing, but the pain remained. You prayed for a spouse, a breakthrough, a child, a ministry opportunity, or financial provision. Yet nothing seemed to happen. And then the questions begin. God, where are you? Why are you making me wait? Have you forgotten me? Waiting is one of the most difficult parts of the Christian life. We live in a world of instant messages, instant downloads, and instant gratification. Yet God often works through processes rather than shortcuts. The truth is this: God's delays are not God's denials. Sometimes God makes us wait because He is preparing something greater than we can currently see. Today, we will discover why God allows seasons of waiting and how divine delays often become divine blessings. God uses waiting to prepare you. Bible reference, Isaiah 40:31. But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. Many people think waiting is passive. In God's kingdom, waiting is active preparation. Imagine a farmer planting seeds. The farmer cannot force the harvest to appear overnight. Beneath the soil, roots are developing before fruit becomes visible. Likewise, God often works beneath the surface before we see visible results. Illustration: the bamboo tree. The Chinese bamboo tree is famous because after planting the seed, nothing appears above ground for several years. The gardener waters and nurtures it daily. Then suddenly, after years of apparent inactivity, it shoots up rapidly, growing dozens of feet in a short period. Was nothing happening during those years? No. The roots were growing deep enough to support the future height. God often works the same way. While you think nothing is happening, God is building spiritual roots that can sustain future blessings. If God gave some blessings too early, they would crush us rather than help us. God uses delay to build character. Bible reference, Romans 5:3-4. Suffering produces perseverance. Perseverance, character. And character, hope. Most people want God's promises. Few people want God's process. But God is more concerned about your character than your comfort. He cares more about who you are becoming than what you are receiving. Example, Joseph. Joseph received a dream from God as a teenager. He dreamed of leadership and influence, yet before reaching the palace, he experienced betrayal by his brothers, slavery, false accusations, prison. From a human perspective, it looked like God's promise had failed, but every delay was training Joseph for leadership. A spoiled teenager could not govern Egypt. A refined man of integrity could. The prison was not punishment. It was preparation. Sometimes God delays the promise because He is developing the person who will carry the promise. God's timing is better than our timing. Bible reference, Ecclesiastes 3:11. He has made everything beautiful in its time. Notice the verse does not say, your time. It says, His time. We often want answers immediately. God sees the entire picture. We see one page. He sees the whole story. Illustration: the master chef. Imagine entering a kitchen and seeing a chef preparing a meal. The vegetables are raw. The meat is uncooked. The ingredients seem disconnected. If you judged too early, you would think the meal was a failure. But the chef knows exactly when each ingredient should be added. God is the master chef of your life. He knows when opportunities, relationships, promotions, and breakthroughs should arrive. If they arrive too early, they may not achieve their intended purpose. Trust His timing. Delay teaches us to depend on God. Bible reference: Proverbs 3:5-6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. One reason God allows waiting is to shift our dependence away from ourselves and toward Him. When everything happens quickly, we often assume we accomplished it through our own strength. But waiting reminds us of our need for God's guidance and provision. Example: the Israelites in the wilderness. The Israelites spent 40 years in the wilderness. That seems like an incredibly long delay. Yet during that period, God taught them lessons they could never learn in Egypt. Every day they depended on God for manna. Every day they learned trust. Every day they discovered God's faithfulness. The wilderness was a classroom, and sometimes your waiting season is God's classroom too. God delays to protect you. Bible reference: Psalm 84:11. No good thing does He withhold from those who walk uprightly. Sometimes what appears to be a delay is actually divine protection. You wanted a certain relationship. God said no. You wanted a particular job. God closed the door. You wanted a specific opportunity. It disappeared. Years later, you may discover that what you thought was a blessing would have become a burden. Illustration: the closed road. Imagine driving toward a destination and encountering a roadblock. You become frustrated. You think the delay is unnecessary. But unknown to you, an accident has occurred ahead. The roadblock is protecting you from danger. Many of God's closed doors are actually acts of mercy. One day in heaven, we may discover how many disasters God prevented through unanswered prayers and delayed answers. 6. Jesus also experienced divine delays. Bible reference: John 11:1-44. When Lazarus became sick, his sisters sent word to Jesus. Surely Jesus would come immediately. Yet Jesus waited. By the time He arrived, Lazarus had died. To Martha and Mary, God's timing seemed terribly late. But Jesus had a greater purpose. He wasn't merely going to heal Lazarus. He was going to raise him from the dead. What looked like a delay became a greater miracle. Sometimes God delays because He intends to do something bigger than what you requested. You're asking for provision. God is preparing abundance. You're asking for help. God is preparing transformation. You're asking for relief. God is preparing resurrection power. What should you do while you wait? A. Keep praying. Luke 18:1. Men ought always to pray and not lose heart. Prayer keeps your heart connected to God. B. Keep trusting. Faith is not believing after you see the answer. Faith is trusting before you see the answer. C. Keep serving. Don't put your life on hold while waiting. Serve God faithfully where you are. David served sheep before serving a kingdom. D. Keep growing. Use waiting seasons to develop wisdom, patience, faith, discipline, spiritual maturity. The wait becomes meaningful when growth occurs during it. The reward of those who wait. Bible reference. Psalm 27:14. Wait for the Lord. Be strong and take heart, and wait for the Lord. God never wastes a waiting season. Every prayer matters. Every tear matters. Every moment of faithfulness matters. Even when you cannot see Him working, He is working. Even when you cannot trace His hand, you can trust His heart. Remember, Joseph waited and became a ruler. David waited and became a king. Abraham waited and received a son. Hannah waited and received Samuel. Lazarus' family waited and witnessed a miracle. The same God who worked in their waiting is working in yours. Conclusion. If you are currently in a season of waiting, don't interpret the delay as God's absence. God may be preparing you. God may be protecting you. God may be strengthening you. God may be arranging circumstances that you cannot yet see. The waiting room of God is never wasted space. His timing is perfect. His plans are good. His promises are sure. What God has ordained for your life will arrive at the right time and in the right way. So keep trusting, keep praying, keep obeying, keep believing, because the God who gave the promise is faithful to fulfill it. If this message encouraged you, write in the comments, "I trust God's timing." Share this video with someone who is waiting on God for a breakthrough. And remember, your delay is not your denial. God is still working behind the scenes, and your appointed time is coming. For the vision is yet for an appointed time. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. Habakkuk 2:3